Hi guys, today I have for you my IMATS haul. It's not just IMATS, it's IMATS/London. I actually Instagrammed a picture and some people were like, that stand wasn't IMATS, and it was more what I got over the entire weekend, but it was kind of IMATS weekend for us. It was very, very exciting. We had so much fun. We will definitely be going next year, and we're already planning our next trip to London. Maybe London's fashion night out in September. I would love to go to that. So it was so much fun. We met so many people. If I can get them all together, I will put some pictures in at the end of the people that we met. Obviously I didn't get pictures with everybody, and some people took pictures and I haven't had them yet. I haven't seen them. So it was just lovely to meet so many of you and so many people that I absolutely couldn't wait to meet. I even met Miss Glamorazzi. I was so uncool about it. If you watch my vlog, which I'll link below, I was like, oh my god, you're a real person. It was pretty terrible. And I got a picture with her and then Laura was videoing something and there's just this kind of still where she's looking at me like I'm actually going to kill her. So yeah, totally uncool, but it was really amazing to meet some YouTubers that I love to watch and to meet some people that like to watch me. So that was amazing. IMATS was really awesome, and now I'm going to show you what I bought there. The biggest thing that I need to mention is that pretty much everything that I've bought is entirely non-budget friendly. There was 60% off NARS. How could you not buy from NARS at 60% off? So obviously I wouldn't have bought this much stuff from NARS if it was like full price, but I couldn't resist. And so I got a lot of stuff for say 40, 45 pounds, I think it was. But just obviously I have to kind of disclaim that it wasn't full price. I did then buy a few other things that were quite expensive, and I didn't get a discount on them. So it was a really high-end weekend for me. And I think to kind of get around the whole budget aspect, what I'm going to do on my blog when I'm reviewing these things, and I'm going to do kind of a splurge week and review all of the stuff that I bought that was expensive, and then moving forward I'm going to try to compare as many of the things that I bought with lower end drugstore products as possible. But it was a really big kind of blowout weekend for me. I wouldn't normally spend this kind of money. I was kind of having palpitations on the train home. It was awful, thinking oh my god, but it was so much fun. And also next week, a little surprise for you guys, because I am approaching my 30,000 subscribers, and hopefully by next week I will have hit that. I will be doing a big giveaway week. So I have in front of me right now a lot of things. I'm going to be filming kind of maybe 5 videos, maybe even more for next week, and there's going to be a lot of giveaways to celebrate that. So, you know, I bought a lot of things, but I also got some things for you guys, and there's a lot of things that I've had kind of hanging around that I was going to give away to my friends, and I decided to give them away to you guys instead. But this is already going to be such a long video, so sorry for the super long intro. I will just get into the haul. I'm going to start with what I actually bought from IMATS. So we'll start with the NARS, and oh my god. I haven't even touched any of it yet. I daren't touch it. It's so beautiful. First of all, the most amazing bargain that we got was this palette. I don't know what it's called. I know a lot of them have actual names, but I don't know what this is called. But there are 4 eyeshadows, 4 lip products, and 2 cheek products. There we are, and there you are. So obviously eyes, lips and cheeks in the middle, and this was £12.50. Oh, £12.50 for a whole palette like this. This is amazing. This will become my travel palette. It is awesome. I like the kind of neutrals that we've got, the 3 neutrals there, and then this, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's a really dark kind of black shadow with a lot of kind of plum red shades of glitter running through. It's going to be amazing, but the fallout is going to be immense, so I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of that. The cheek products in the middle are Orgasm and what is this? Ninochka. I think the bronzer is called Ninochka. Never even heard of that, but then I'm not a big NARS person. The eyeshadows are called Himalayas Charade 2 and Night Fever. And then the lip products are a Lip Therapy, which I'm assuming is this. I assume this was some kind of lip balm because it's like a clear kind of white thing. Gypsy, Belle de Jour, and Tanganyika. Yeah, I wasn't built for high-end cosmetics. MUA would never call something Nonichka, would they? So yeah, this is amazing. My absolute star buy of the weekend. I also got 2 duo blush, like cheek things. The first one is this one, and this is Sin and Albatross. I've been desperate to try the Albatross highlighter for the longest time, and I think these were like £12.50 as well, these duos. And Sin is a really nice plummy kind of shimmery shade. What I like about the NARS stuff is it's so slim, and so for travel it is amazing. And then I also got, what is this called, a multiple duo, which means it's the creams. And I got Orgasm and South Beach. And do you know, Orgasm I had in an actual multiple, and I ended up selling it in a blog sale because I didn't use it very often. It was very, very shimmery. And it takes so long to use up the multiples because they last forever. I have one in, I think it's called Malaysia, a bronzing one, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite products that I have. And definitely one of those things that I would say splurge on it because it will last so long. So I liked the idea that these are only like little shallow pans. They come together, you know, I think you get more for your money with things like this, and especially because it was £12.50. I wouldn't have bought any of these things full price, just, you know, disclaimer, but they are awesome. The last thing I got was this matte lip pencil, and the colour is Never Say Never. And that's this kind of plummy colour as well. Seriously, it was just the most amazing thing. Laura, my friend Kaz and I were all kind of swarming. It was this chaotic mess at the NARS stand because it's such a tiny stand, and they had, you could see the things on one side, but then you had to go and get the products from this other area. There was no queue, there's no order whatsoever. The NYX queue was crazy, I didn't even go near it. We got in it for a second and then we came out of it. It was just mental. Queuing all the way around, and then people would get to the middle, and because you couldn't even see things until you got to the middle of the queue, where you were nearly at the front anyway, and then they didn't have the things that they wanted, and the discounts just weren't good enough for me to want to queue that much. I didn't actually buy very much from IMATS at all, stand-wise, because it was just manic. There were so many people and you couldn't really see things. So NARS, I thought the discount was absolutely worth the chaos for. We also met some really nice people in the queue. And Lime Crime. Lime Crime I really wanted, because these are so cute. Look how cute these lipsticks are. I think these are like £9 each. I don't know if that's like an IMATS price or if they are actually £9 each. But they look like the, the MAC ones. They're a little bit thicker than the MAC ones. But they are so cute with the unicorn and the holographic. The colours that I got were Centrifugia, which is a really deep, I think I have kind of a theme, a deep plummy colour. That's the first one that I saw. And then this is amazing. This is Countessa Fluorescent. And you're going to absolutely laugh your head off when you see in a minute. You know the colour that I'm wearing on my lips today? This is a little bit more blue toned, but I also bought something from Smashbox that I'll show you in a second that is so similar to that. I haven't put them up against each other, I'm just thinking, I'm looking at that and thinking about the other one thinking, did I just buy two lipsticks that are really, really similar? So that's everything that I got from IMATS. I will just mention quickly, the one place other than NYX, I also wanted to see Makeup Forever, but again, the queues were so long and we didn't know what kind of discount it was. Someone kind of ran up to us and told us about the NARS one, so we thought we'd go. But I don't know how great the Makeup Forever discount was, and I didn't really want to queue because I don't know how great it is, and I thought it was going to be quite expensive. So we didn't go to either of the places that I actually wanted to go. But one of the stands that I was really looking forward to seeing was Crown brushes. And like a week and a half before IMATS, they actually contacted me and asked me if I'd like to review some brushes. I was like, oh my God. So I actually did get 4 brushes. I just said kind of any of these 4. They're so unusual. I haven't got anything like them. I'd be happy to review any of these 4 brushes. And they actually sent me them all. And they're really cost effective actually, Crown brushes. They've got lots of different ranges, starting from very, very budget ones where you can get brushes from as little as like £1 or £2. And then they have like high end ranges as well. I don't know which range this is from. I don't think it's the particularly high-end range at all, but I thought I'd just quickly show you what I got because they were available at IMATS as well. The Jumbo Chisel Powder Brush, which is huge. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, probably bronzer, to kind of contour because it's got that like tapered kind of whole thing there. I don't know. This I wanted to use for blush. It's the Tapered Duo Fibre Blush, because you know, if you've been watching me for a while, I'm very heavy-handed with my brushes and with my makeup application in general, and so I wanted a duo fibre blush brush. So if I have got those kind of powders that are very, very highly pigmented, then I can use something like this and it's going to go on that much lighter. So I have that. The Oval Shadow, which is just this absolute monstrous shadow brush, which is practically the size of my eyelid. So again, it's just, I wanted some things that were unusual because I feel like so many brush sets are identical to each other. The Real Technique ones are obviously very, very different. But other than that, you know, Sigma, Sedona Lace, MAC, they all look the same, and so I wanted to try some different things. And I don't know what this one's called because it hasn't got anything on it, but I think this was like an angled something, I don't know, contour or something, but this is mental, this is huge. I think this is for eyes. I don't know. I'll try it, I'll see how I like it, and I'll talk about that later, but I wanted to mention that quick because it was available at IMATS. What I didn't get at IMATS were the following. I went into Boots and spent an obscene amount of money on 3 items. I knew what I wanted to go in for, and that was the YSL Glossy Stain. I've wanted one of these for the longest time. I got the L'Oreal ones, and ever since I've had the L'Oreal ones, I've thought, I need to get one to see how it compares. I need to know how great the L'Oreal one is compared to the YSL. Now, just kind of a spoiler, because I am going to do a review of this. I do prefer this. I'm going to go into depth in a whole separate review, and I think what I'm going to do is kind of paint one half of my mouth with L'Oreal, one half with this, and then really test it out, because obviously I'm just telling you it feels better or whatever else. The shade selection is so much better at YSL, but obviously, you know, you pay for that. And I wouldn't buy another one by any means. They're like £22–23, I think. There's not a chance. You know what? Oh my God, just thinking about it. I wouldn't buy another one just because they're so expensive. But I thought I can justify it because I want to be able to review them and compare them together. So that's why I bought it, but it is so much better. And I got like a hot pink colour. It's number 13. I don't know if you can see on that, but it's just beautiful. And if L'Oreal did more pinks, do you know, I don't even know if I would have gone for the YSL, but I wanted to try one to compare, so we will see in the video how it really does match up, but just how it feels on the lips, it does feel a lot nicer. I'm not saying that it lasts longer because L'Oreal is amazing for that, but I think that this is going to just generally feel nicer. It won't dry out my lips as badly, and I don't know, we'll go into a whole separate review on that. But I went in for that, and whilst I was talking to the woman at YSL, someone that watches my videos came to say hello, and her name was Leanne. Was it Leanne? Or was it Lauren? It was Lauren. I'm sorry. It was Lauren. I'm like, no, that's not right. It was Lauren. She worked at Smashbox at the Westfield Centre, and she came and said hello, and she gave us some like little sample things. She gave us like a little mascara and a little BB cream and I think primer. And I went once we'd finished like what we were doing, I went over to go and see her, and she had the most amazing lipstick on, and it is this lipstick. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I think it's called Pink Petal. It's called Pink Petal. It is amazing, and I kind of thought it reminds me of the Nicki Minaj from MAC, the Viva Nicki or whatever it was called, the Viva Glam one that she did, the first one, not the lilac one, the first one, and I love that, but it makes my teeth look so yellow. And this is more blue toned, and it's just so pretty, and it's almost neon, but it's still wearable for the day, and it is gorgeous. So I had to have that. Once I'd seen it on her, I had to have that. However, I also saw that Smashbox does eyebrow things, and I had kind of a list of stuff that I was willing to pay more for when we went away to London, and one of the things was eyebrows. I have the hardest time finding something that I feel like blends well with the colour of my eyebrows. They're not particularly dark, but they're really sparse, so I need to pencil them in. And everything that I try is too warm. I don't know if you guys, like if there are any blondes out there that feel the same way about this. Everything seems a bit too warm. So even I think it's Hazel from Rimmel that I've been using, I catch myself sometimes and just think, that's not right. It's almost orangey in tone, and I don't like it anymore. So then I started using different things, and the only thing that I've ever found that I absolutely loved was Fling by MAC, but it lasted for like a month, and it was about £16. Maybe a little bit less than that, but I felt like it was like something teen pounds. More than I wanted to spend on a month's worth of eyebrows anyway. So I got that, and I wasn't impressed, and I didn't want to repurchase it. And I saw this, and I thought, and it was £19. The lipstick I think was 15. I saw this, and it was so unusual. It has this like angle to it. So it's like an angled brush, but you're doing your eyebrows with a pencil. I like the pencil because it's easy. I don't know how much product you actually get. Let's see. Let's twist it all the way up. That's not a lot of product for £19. But at the same time, I don't think that I'm going to use it as quickly as I did. This one is not as soft. The Fling by MAC did break off a couple of times when I was trying to use it, because this is a little bit thicker. I think that it's a bit more sturdy maybe. But I don't think that I need to press down as hard with this. And I really, really like it. So far, this is the best thing I've ever found for my eyebrows. I would repurchase. If it lasts me 2 months, I will repurchase at £19. If it still only lasts me 1, I don't know. I think I prefer this to Fling by MAC, but this is absolutely the best thing that I've ever found for my blonde eyebrows. Another little benefit that it has is, because it's not like, you know, it only has that much, but it's in a massive tube, it also has a gel on the end. So that's pretty cute. I don't know. I'm using it. I've never really gone out of my way to use a brow gel in the past, because like I say, my eyebrows are quite sparse, so they don't need really taming. But I really, really like this. So although I'm like mortified at the amount of money that I spent in Boots in that little one shopping trip, I'm really happy with the things that I bought. So, you know, I'm making my peace with it. But the brow thing, out of this world. I then got this nail polish from Kiko or Kaiko, I don't know how to pronounce it. There's a little shop in the Westfield Centre, and whilst I was in Topshop running, in fact I haven't got this dress that I bought, and I did buy that when I was in London, but whatever. I bought this dress in the sale and it was nice. While I was in there, I said to Kaz and Laura, why don't you go to the Kiko shop across the road and I'll meet you in there. They bought a few things, so if you check out Laura's haul, I don't know if Kaz is going to do something, but you can check out Laura's haul and you'll be able to see what she bought. But whilst I was in there just kind of waiting for them to pay, I saw this and it looks amazing. And it was in the sale, and it is Sugar Matte Nail Lacquer. I think, what is the colour called? Does it tell me? I don't know, I don't think that it does. No, I will find out and it will be linked in a blog post below. But I haven't used it yet, but I think it's going to be a matte glitter. It looked so cool and really unusual, so yeah, I got that. We went to Victoria's Secret. Finally, I got a pink spray. I've wanted a body spray from Victoria's Secret since maybe I started watching YouTube. And all the girls from America are like, oh, this is my favourite Victoria's Secret body spray. And it always seemed so expensive. And I think they were £15, but they were 2 for 18. So my friend and I bought one each, and then they were like 9. But they also had a 50% off sale. It's just that I didn't like any of the scents that were in the sale. This is amazing. I think this was like jasmine and pink lemonade or something. Yes, jasmine and pink lemonade is what it is. But the colour is called Pretty and Pure. It smells so good. I love it. So I'm really happy to finally have one of those. It's such a small thing, but you get so excited about stuff that you've wanted for a long time. And lastly, could we possibly be at the end of the haul? I think that we are. Lastly, I got this. Anybody know what this is? It doesn't have a label on it because it was the last one that they had and they didn't have any labels left. But it is the Pixi Glow Tonic, and it's like the toner, exfoliator, second step of your skincare thing that people keep talking about on YouTube. And yesterday, in fact, I'm going to talk about it in a whole separate video. I'm going to tell you about my new skincare because a few people after my last skincare routine said Caroline Hirons, I think it's Hirons, from her skincare blog would absolutely slap your wrists. She would be like mortified if she saw your skincare routine, and I was like, I don't think it was that bad. And while I had some time on the train yesterday, I watched her video with Pixie Woo, and it was so interesting what she was saying. And luckily, I just bought this and she actually recommended it as kind of like a liquid exfoliator. So I'm really excited. I've used it only once, so I can't tell you what I feel about it yet, but it was £16. I want it to be amazing. But I've also kind of switched up my skincare a little bit, and I will do a video about that, and it's as a result of watching her video with Pixie Woo. There were a lot of things that I was using that I feel like I can continue using, but then there were a lot of things that I feel like I had to really stop, like foaming cleansers and things are supposed to be really terrible for you, whereas I thought they were great. So, you know, that's a whole other video. But this is everything that I bought. I'm very excited about it. I also got kind of a goodie bag from an event that we went to in the evening, and when I got home, I discovered that I'd been given 2 of everything by accident, I would assume. Unless that was on purpose, it was a bit strange. But I'd been given 2 of everything, and that kind of spurred me on to think, maybe I will do a giveaway, and so that's why I'm going to do. Next week's going to be a full week of giveaways, and then probably the week after will be my splurge week, where I'll talk about the things that I bought and review things against each other, etc, etc. I'm going to do some kind of high-end, low-end comparisons, and I'm finally going to do the Naked 2 versus Undressed Me 2, if that's what it's called. MUA palette. So yeah, sorry it's been such a long video. I know it was so rambly, but I'm also going to add in some pictures at the end here. But thanks for those of you that did stick with me, and anything that you want to know is probably linked in the blog post, which is linked below. But otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video, and here are the pictures from IMATS.